Welcome to the christening of Anastasia Elise Lozano. Just a little background. We are fortunate that one of the priests of St. Augustine's, Father Ifan, is here with us for celebrating. He came from Nigeria last August summer to help in the parish in the ministry. And he came to know the family, our side. And so he had known the siblings, my brother and sister, and of course, Kristen and CJ and their baby. So he's here to celebrate and to preside this celebration of the sacramental baptism. My last name is Reyes, and maybe many of you are wondering why, how I am related with Anastasia Elise Lozano. There is no Reyes to the name. It's a long story, so it's like a genealogy. Anastasia is the daughter of Cristel Mendoza. Now there is no Reyes still. But Cristel, father, which is Oscar Mendoza, is married to my sister, who is Rosana Reyes. So her middle name, Cristel, is Reyes. That's why the blood line of the Anastasia is hidden, you know, with her name. But she has a bloodline of Reyes too. So, but we are fortunate as she grows up, she will discover also her lineage with the Lozano, because the CJ's family is here, the siblings and the parents are here, yung mga lolo, lola, taas mga kamay, and their Oscar, the grandparents are here. Very seldom, you know, we all baptize in the presence of the grandparents. So, Father Ifan and I will be presenting over the celebration, which we call a sacrament. A sacrament is just, to make it understandable, it is a making the visible, invisible grace of God present. Making something invisible, grace from God, making it visible to the signs that we have. And one of the signs that we will be making visible and very important in the celebration of the sacrament is water. And as you know, there's a long prayer that we will say later, talks about the history from the Old Testament, how water has been a part of God's reminder of the life He has given us. Only later on, when humankind was given the privilege to understand the composition of the body, that we now can connect why God, even in the ancient times, used water to represent life coming from God. You know, for 3 or several weeks, you will survive without food, but with only water. Because 2/3 of our existence is about water. And so when we use the symbol of water, it talks about the essence of life. And that is why this is what we call the participation of Anastasia when she is bathed with this water, with the life coming from God. It's a powerful moment because all of us who were brought to the church were baptized with the same water. So that shares our life together with God. It is so good for us to witness that beautiful moment when Anastasia herself will become part of God's family through the bathing of the water. Besides, this is what we will hear from Jesus, unless His command to baptize in the name of the Trinity. And one other symbol that speaks about something beyond our imagination, beyond our senses, is the light. You know, the Paschal candle, the big candle that we see in front of us. Because this candle reminds us of the light that we need to all embrace, especially when we are confronted with the various forms of darkness in life. I cannot just mention about the many challenges that come our way. You know, just earlier this afternoon, a woman approached me while going out for the Mass. While everyone is so happy 3 days before Christmas, she grabbed my hand and asked me to bless her. She's going to have a surgery, you know, on Monday. It's a very, very delicate surgery. I don't know how she's going to live with that, the result of it. It's a very sad moment for her and the family, what she's going through. Now, this is one form of darkness in the life of that woman and the family as they spend Christmas together. I can just imagine what Christmas would be like for them when they would be worrying about this medical condition. When these moments come in life, these forms of darkness, there is one thing good that we can do. Look at the light of Christ. Because that light, even no amount of darkness can put it off. Meaning, it is symbolic, as I said. It is a sign of an invisible act of God. Because that is the sign of the risen Christ. When He died, He rose back to life. And so for us Catholics, there are only 2 moments that this big candle is put out in the open. At the day of our baptism, and the second and last time, the day of our funeral. To tell us that even though we die, with the light of Christ will guide us to where we want to go. So it's a beautiful, powerful symbol. It talks about, you know, the brevity of life, and yet it gives hope. It gives inspiration. And that is part of the sacrament of baptism. Later on, the Ninong and the Ninong, we have candles for them. Yeah. So, CJ, you can pass on the candle. We will be lighting this candle to remind you also of those light that were given to us when we were baptized. To remind ourselves that we share in this beautiful celebration. And Anastasia has her own special candle, baptismal candle. It has all the symbols of the baptism, the water and the Holy Spirit. So this will be a great pistel. This is, you're going to keep this, put a name on it, and the date of the baptism, the name, and the name of the city, South San Francisco. I remember my mother, she kept, we were 8 in the family, my other brothers are here. I remember she had several baptismal candles. So when someone gets sick, you have to light the candle of the baptismal candle of your child, right? But sometimes she lights the wrong baptismal candle, so one brother is complaining, "Mom, that's my candle." So anyway, to mark them, you know, you have those names for Anastasia.